started in a seated meditation today. As always, if you have a prop, a yoga block, folded towel, I recommend using that in your seated meditation, but no need to. If a comfortable seat is right on the ground, that is absolutely perfect. I am also going to call out my furry assistant yoga teacher. He is not currently in the room, but I can hear him barking outside. So just in case he decides to come in and make his presence known, I like to call him out right at the beginning, just in case. Maybe you'll get to see his little furry smiling face. So finding that comfortable seated position, whatever that means for you. It could be legs crossed, maybe seated on knees, finding a prop straight on the ground for grounding energy. All of that is perfect, whatever a comfortable seat means to you. And the reason that we're finding that comfortable seat is we want to be able to take our gaze internal. Maybe that means letting your peripheral vision go fuzzy. Maybe it means finding a speck on the ground or a speck on the carpet that's unmoving that you can just drill your focus in on. Or maybe it means closing your eyes and beginning to count the beats of your breath. Maybe it means finding a visual trail trailing through down into your lungs and then out into your appendages, out into your fingers and toes, and then tracing that backwards as you exhale. Just checking in, seeing where our body is today, seeing where our mind is today, seeing where that feeling exists. And that brings us to the point of intention. As always, I like to open class with an intention or with an idea of shifting from I want into I intend. And today, I really want to hunker in on the sensation of gratitude. We know the word, we know what that means, and we've often made lists or know things that we are grateful for. But I want to pull in what that feeling is. And I want you to recognize where your visceral reaction is to that feeling. Is it in your belly? Maybe it's in your solar plex, right underneath your rib cage. Maybe it's your heart. Or maybe it starts in your mind, starts from that third eye center. But wherever that feeling of gratitude exists or sparks in yourself, I want you to really focus in there. Find that sensation. Plant it like a seed right where that sensation exists for you. And then take a big deep breath into that sensation, just like you're watering that seed. You're giving it room to grow. You're giving it the resource, the energy, the sensation it needs to grow. As you exhale, feel that seed begin to grow roots. And then on this next inhale breath, feel that seed grow beyond that speck where it sparks in your sensation, and let it expand into every cell in your body. Maybe even sit a little bit taller through the crown of your head. Maybe with a smile on your face. As you exhale, soften into that sensation. One more big breath here. We're going to allow that sensation, that feeling of gratitude to radiate out beyond our physical border into the entire room, world, universe, and beyond. Big, full, deep inhale. Take one more sip in. And then exhale into that truth, knowing that that gratitude exists all the way around us. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and flutter them open or bring a little bit more focus back into the space. And now let's find some physical embodiment of that sensation. Find some nice, gentle little wiggle wobbles, maybe dropping your shoulders, rolling your head, whatever sensation your body is craving right now, making it physical. And then once you feel balanced, once you feel like you have given each side the same amount of sensation, the same amount of energy, on an inhale breath, let those hands reach up overhead. With that feeling of love and gratitude, exhale, shine that heart, open it up. Feel it reaching out to beyond the universe. Inhale, reach it up. As you exhale, right hand comes to the outside of left knee, left hand just drapes behind you. Inhale, puff up through that heart space, making space in between our vertebrae, and exhale, gentle twist. Next inhale, come back through midline, reach those fingertips tall. Exhale into second side, left hand to the outside of right knee, right hand just drapes behind you. Inhale, fill up. Feel that heart nice and proud. Feel those vertebrae expand. Exhale into that twist. Next inhale, come up through midline, fingertips reach tall. Shine that heart, open it up, cactus those arms. Gaze goes high. Inhale, reach those fingertips tall. And then as we exhale, we're making our way into a tabletop, either rolling over those ankles, maybe sweeping them around to the side, move those props out of the way, and finding full physical embodiment of this gratitude. We're now using gravity to feel the sensation of our body. Gentle rocks, maybe wiggle wobbles, sway those hips side to side, maybe spine circles, cat-cows, whatever sensation will feel gratitude in your being. Give yourself that shape right here, right now. Continuing to move with breath, continuing to move with intention, but allowing yourself to lean into what your body is craving. Once you feel balanced, once you feel like you've given each side the same amount of love, go ahead, walk those hands forward, palm with palm distance, and then step it back into our plank pose. We're here for 3, 2. Feel that gratitude puff up through the back of the heart space for 1. On an inhale breath, let those hips travel high and back into our first downward facing dog. Continue those flashy movements. Pedal through those feet. Big deep bends in those knees. Allowing those hips to reach high as you press into those fingertips. And then as you exhale, soften into the sensation, shaking your head yes, shaking your head no, not holding any tension in our shoulders or in our upper back. We're really using gravity and using this shape to find that perfect balance where we don't feel too much tension on any joint in any space. Give yourself a big deep breath here. In stillness, as you exhale, soften into the shape. On your inhale breath, we're going to begin to connect breath with body. Let that right leg reach high to the sky. Reach it tall. And then as you exhale, with control, pull that knee to belly, then to chest. We're looking right in between our thumbs. Gently step it through. Let that back foot get nice and heavy. Anchor those outer left pinky toes into the mat. Inhale, cartwheel it up and open. Exhale, land into our warrior 2. Connecting with breath with body, we're surfing it out. Inhale, hands come up overhead. Maybe follow it with your gaze, feeling gratitude through this all. Exhale, hands come down through heart center as you bend into that front knee, release into that warrior 2. Keep it going. Inhale, circle it up and around, straighten through that front leg. Exhale, hands through heart center, pulling that gratitude into space, release into that warrior 2. One more. Inhale. Exhale, pulling it into space, bending into that front knee, release into that warrior 2. Inhale, flip that front palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel it down towards the top of your mat. Pop that back heel up. Inhale, step it back into our plank pose. First, connecting Vinyasa here. Take your time. Exhale, elbows graze your ribs, coming all the way to the mat, traveling through plank or tabletop. Once you're there, tops your toes press into the mat. Inhale, breath, pull that heart up and through, cobra pose. Exhale, forehead to mat. Radiate that gratitude out past the universe. Toes curl under on an inhale breath through plank or tabletop. Hips travel high and back. Downward facing dog. Reset breath here. Inhale into your hips. Exhale, soften something. Inhale, breath. Left leg reaches high to the sky. Reach it tall. Exhale, control. Knee to belly. Knee to chest. Looking at that space right between our thumbs. Gently step it through. Back heel gets heavy. Inhale, sweep it up and around. Anchor those right pinky toes down into the mat. Exhale, sit it low, warrior two. Surfing it out. Inhale, straighten through that front leg. Hands come up overhead, gaze goes high. Exhale through heart center. Sit it back into that warrior two. Use your breath, surfing it out. Inhale, reach it tall, gathering all that energy, that gratitude, that space. Exhale, anchor it in. One more. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, hands through heart center, sit it low. Release into that warrior two. Inhale, breath, flip that front palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel it down towards the top of your mat. Inhale, step it back, plank pose. Traveling to belly with control through plank or tabletop. Elbows graze those ribs. Come all the way down. Tops of your toes, press in. Inhale, breath, pull that heart up and through, cobra pose. Exhale, forehead to mat. Bring in that gratitude and then radiate it out. Curl those toes under. Inhale, press it up to your plank or tabletop. And then pull those hips high and back. Downward facing dog. Find a reset breath. Breathe into those hips. Breathe into that heart. And then as you exhale, soften through that mind. Continuing that breath to body movement. Inhale, that right leg releases high. Exhale, pull that knee to belly, knee to chest. Yet again, right in between those hands. Gently step it through. Back heel anchors down. Inhale, all the way up and open. Find our five-pointed star. Let both toes point straight forward. As you exhale, hands to heart center. Deep bend into that left knee. Finding your balance by sending your booty back. We can find blocks underneath hands or hands on the earth, but try and stay elevated. Try and keep your head above heart. Finding those right toes glued down into the mat. We're opening up through that inner leg. We're opening up through those hips. Inhale, we're finding the breath to body connection here by using our exhales to release. We've got one more breath here. Feeling some shaking, feeling some connection, it's all good. Use that exhale, maybe go a little bit deeper, press into that right foot a little bit more. Inhale all the way up into our five-pointed star. Exhale, cartwheel it down towards the top of your mat. Inhale, step it back, plank pose. Exhale with control, come all the way to belly. Tops of your toes, press in. Activate through those legs, low spine. Inhale, pull that heart up and through. Exhale, forehead to mat. Feel the gratitude, give it a smile, give it some solidity, knowing its truth. And then on an inhale breath, press it up. Plank or tabletop, hips high and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale breath, left leg reaches high, reach it tall. Exhale, we're aiming right in between our hands, taking our time to get there. Gently step it through. Back heel anchors down. Big movement all the way up into our five-pointed star. Toes point forward, parallel. And then as you exhale, anchor in that left pinky toe. Deep bend into that right knee, sitting it low into our Sindasana on the right side. Again, ground is available. Props are available. But try and keep your head above your heart here. Anchoring in those left toes, really press into that area. You find your balance by sending your booty really far back. You got 2 more breaths here. You got it. Breathing into the space that you feel sensation, that you feel irritation, maybe the sensation to want to come out of this. Just stay with me. 1 more breath. Use this exhale, maybe find a little more depth. Sweep it up and around. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, cartwheel it down towards the top of your mat. Inhale, step it back, plank pose. Exhale with control, come all the way to belly. Tops of your toes press in. Inhale, breath, cobra pose. Exhale, forehead to mat. Feel it, know it, embody it. Next, inhale, breath, press it up through that plank or tabletop. Hips travel high and back. Downward facing dog. Reset breath. Inhale into the space you need. Exhale, gratitude. Inhale, right leg reaches high to the sky, reach it up. Exhale, knee to belly, knee to chest. Looking at that space right between our hands, gently step it through. Back heel drops down to the mat. Inhale, cartwheel it up and open. This time, toes point in towards each other. As you exhale, swan dive it. Find your wide-legged forward fold, prasarita. Once you're there, shake your head yes. Shake your head no. No sensation in our upper torso. Let that right hand stay nice and heavy. Inhale, breath. That left hand opens high to the sky. Exhale through midline. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Left hand stays nice and heavy. Inhale, right hand opens high to the sky. Exhale, release to mat. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Activate through that core. Crown grows tall. Exhale, release into that wide-legged forward fold. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Big movement. Inhale, breath. Sweep those arms up and around all the way high into our 5-pointed star. Exhale, cartwheel it down towards the top of our mat. Inhale, step it back, plank pose. Exhale, with control, make your way to your belly. Tops of your toes press in. Legs low back. Inhale, pull that heart up and through. Exhale, release. Inhale, press it up, plank or tabletop. Hips high and back. Downward facing dog. 3 breath reset here. Feeling the heat, the connection, that embodiment, feeling the control, the gratitude, the space you need. All in this little lunar pause, enjoying that sensation that our body has obtained through moving and breathing, but also that sensation of gratitude. Feel it in that seed, in the core of your space, and then grow it as you exhale. On our inhale breath, we're going to roll it forward, making our way into a tabletop just for reset here. So knees come down, and then we're going to allow our right hand to come in towards the midline. So we're moving it in towards center. We're going to take our left leg, and we're going to let our foot come in line with our knee. So our toes are pointing out to the side while our knee is still pointing forward. So we've kind of got our kickstand going here. Once you feel that control, that space, go ahead, step it back with that right leg. Right hand stays heavy. Inhale, breath. Let that left hand open up. Supported side plank here. We've got 5 pulses. We're going to pretend like a ribbon is pulling our hip to the sky. For 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Hold it high, hold it high, hold it high. Exhale, come back towards the mat. Step it back into your tabletop pose. Any little release you need, maybe a right hand flamingo fingers, resetting, setting up for second side. So starting from that tabletop, find your balance first. And then let that right foot come up in line with your left knee. Toes are pointing out towards the side. Find that connection, find that balance. And then step that left foot back in space. On an inhale breath, press into the right foot. Let that right hand fly. Finding our supported side plank. We're going to pulse it out. Feel that rhythm. Pull your hip high for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it high, hold it high, hold it high. And then release. Down to your tabletop. Give yourself any splashy movements you need. Again, flamingo fingers, any wrist release, whatever you need. And then on an inhale breath, step those feet back and then pull those hips high into our downward facing dog. Shake your head yes, shake your head no, release any tension from our shoulders. Feel that core activated. All right, we're gonna string all of our movements together with a little balancing foot pose, and then we're done. On your inhale breath, let that right leg reach high to the sky, reach it tall. Exhale, knee to belly, knee to chest, looking at that space right between our thumbs. Gently step it through, and back heel gets heavy. Inhale, cartwheel it up and open. Exhale, land in your warrior two. Inhale, sweep it tall. Through heart center, sit it low, warrior two. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Let those right toes knock forward. Exhale, deep bend into that left knee. Send that booty back. We're here for a breath. Anchor in those right toes. Find your depth on your exhale. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, swan dive it. Find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right hand stays heavy. Inhale, open up with that left. Exhale through center. Left hand stays heavy. Inhale, open up with that right. Exhale, come back through midline. Inhale, sweep it tall all the way. 5-pointed star. Exhale, cartwheel it towards the top of your mat. Step it back, plank pose. Take your time, make your way all the way to belly. Tops of your toes press in. Inhale, pull that heart up and through. Exhale, forehead to mat. Find that gratitude, that space, that feeling, that sensation, and know it as truth. Curl your toes under. Inhale, press it up, plank or tabletop. Hips high and back. Downward facing dog. Reset breath. Whatever you need, moving into our second side. Knowing where we're going, to pull in that energy. Pull in what you need. Inhale, that left leg reads high to the sky. With control, making our way right in between our thumbs. Take your time to get there. Step it through. Back heel gets heavy. Inhale, sweep it up and around. Exhale, sit it low, warrior two. Inhale, breathe it tall. Hands through heart center, sit it low. Reach it out, warrior two. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Left toes point forward. Exhale, deep bend into that right knee. Anchor that left foot down. Here for one breath. Go to your edge, go to that limit. Inhale, sweep it tall, 5-pointed star. Exhale, cartwheel it. Swan dive it all the way down. Wide-legged forward fold. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let that head get really heavy. Left hand stays heavy this time. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale through center. Right hand stays heavy. Breathe that left hand high. Exhale, release. Little change coming up here. Inhale, sweep it tall, 5-pointed star. Exhale, cartwheel it towards the top of your mat, but then step it forward, making our way into our forward fold towards the top of our mat. Inhale, press into those shins, closed-legged halfway lift, finding that space in between our vertebrae. Exhale, melt down into that forward fold. Inhale, sweep it tall, stand it tall, all the way high into our mountain pose. Exhale, cactus those arms, shine that heart, open it up, just like we did during the beginning. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, hands come down to our heart center. So setting up for our balancing pose here. Find a space on the ground where there's no lumps or bumps underneath your feet. Feet are gonna land about hip width distance. So finding that comfort, keeping a gentle bend in our knees as we enter in here. We're gonna start with our left leg anchored, find a kickstand in our right knee. So beginning to feel that seed of gratitude wherever you felt it growing in your space. Feel those roots now energetically going down into the earth through that left leg, really anchoring all four corners of your foot down into the earth. Now with that kickstand right knee, let it come open to the side, knee pointing out. Hands stay at heart center to begin. Now finding that balance, we can begin by dragging our foot to ankle. If this feels good, find a place that you can drill your focus into unmoving energy. If it's back on the floor, maybe a dot in the hardwood, whatever it is, find a spot that is unmoving. Now, if this feels balanced and strong and sturdy, you feel those roots, you can pull that foot up into your calf. Now, calf is a little bit more intense on the wiggly wobbly, which is perfectly fine. Avoiding the knee. If you want to go to the next level, you can use your hand to support, pull that right foot up in towards that right inner thigh. Now, wherever your foot is, press your leg in to that foot as your foot presses into that thigh, feeling that right side open up, just like those Skandasana, those really deep, wide opening postures we already did. And feel those roots grow down. Feel that gratitude radiate out, and now embody it. Let those branches grow into your full expression of tree. Maybe that's arms straight out, maybe it's hands high, maybe it's a mudra, finding a shape with your hands. Wherever you are, try and stay here. Any wiggle wobbles are perfectly fine. Any sensation, perfectly fine. Finding a different variation with your feet, perfectly fine. For 3, 2, and 1. Hands come back through heart center, and then release your foot the same way it came in. Give yourself a little wiggle wobble through those hips. And then we're gonna anchor in through that right leg. Kickstand with that left. Find that drishti point already, your focus drilling in, keeping that nice little micro bend in that right knee. Now find that seed of gratitude, find that space, and now feel those roots growing down into the earth through that right leg as it's beginning to radiate out. Let those left knees open up out to the side. Drag that foot into ankle, finding that point of balance, that unmoving energy. If that feels right, you can find a calf. Test calf out, see if that's where you need to be. Again, avoid the knee, but if you would like try for left inner leg, you can find that sensation wherever you are. Press that leg into the foot as the foot presses into that leg, opening up through that left hip flexor and feeling those roots of gratitude, anchoring you in as who you are. And then on an inhale, let that gratitude grow up and out. Finding that drishti point of unmoving energy. You can smile, you can find your mudra, different arm variation, perfectly available. You wiggle wobble, if you fall out, just come back to a point where you feel that you can live that truth and gratitude. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Gently release, hands to heart center. Release those knees. Give yourself a little wiggle wobble. Inhale, reach those fingertips high to the sky. Shine that heart, open it up. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, swan dive it. Find that forward fold. From this space, heel toe your feet out to the outside edge of your mat. Really big, deep bend in your knees. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Let your hands just drizzle onto the mat. Like they're in their liquid state. Should feel like a nice release through those hip flexors, through that low spine, maybe even through that neck, that cervical spine, letting that head feel nice and heavy. Any little wiggle wobble sways, permission to take them here, or stillness. We've got 2 to 3 more breaths. So just make sure that you feel balanced. And once you are balanced, go ahead, heel toe those feet back in towards midline. Let those toes come all the way into touch, keeping a sliver of space between your heels. Deep bend in those knees, curl into a tiny little seat at the top of your mat, curling your face into your own space, acting as that seat of gratitude, knowing it for yourself right here, right now. And then gentle landing on your seat. One last moment, pull that heart up and through. Feel the vertebrae get nice and tall, shine it proud. And then as you exhale, gently make your way onto your back. Once you're there, let your toes reach out, fingertips reach up overhead. Big, deep, full stretch. Use that exhale to soften. Inhale, breath, pull that right knee in towards space. Using both hands, give it a tight squeeze. Pull it in towards your inner space. Move your knee out of the way of your rib cage, pulling it up and in towards those right armpits. And then as you exhale, let that left hand guide that knee over towards the left hand side. Gaze falls towards the right. Hand can be cactus or maybe straight out. And then let your gaze go soft, peripheral vision gets fuzzy, or maybe even eyes closed. 3 breaths in this twist. Use those inhales to create space. Exhale, melt into that space. 2 more. Breathe into the sensation of your body, that gratitude filling up your fingers and toes. This last breath. As you inhale, feel that gratitude fill up your body, and then let it expand your physical border, reaching all the way out. Feeling it in with that exhale. Your inhale breath, right knee comes up and in. Give it a squeeze. Swap it out with the left. Let your right leg go nice and heavy. Left knee comes up in space. Tight squeeze here. And move it out of the way of your rib cage, pulling it up and in towards that left armpit. And then as you exhale, let that right hand guide that left knee over towards the right. Left hand falls out to a cactus, maybe straight out. Eyes go fuzzy, maybe even closed. And 3 breaths into that truth of gratitude. Feeling the inhale, creating space. Exhale, melting into that space. Inhale, gratitude into every cell in your body. Exhale, feeling the truth of it. Now this time, inhale that gratitude beyond those appendages, those fingers and toes, reaching it all the way out to the outskirts of the universe. Feeling it in with that exhale. Inhale, breath. Come back through midline. 1 more squeeze to that left knee. Now let that right knee come up to meet left, curling into a tiny, tiny little ball. Scrunch all those cells together. Scrunch your toes, your feet, your calves, your shins, your quads, your hamstrings, glutes and belly. Scrunch your fingers, your forearms, your biceps, your triceps, your shoulders, your chest. Now bring your face up off the mat to kiss your knees. Scrunch every single muscle in your face. Big, deep inhale breath. And then exhale into softness, into gratitude. Releasing everything. Hands fall away from space, legs fall away from each other. Allowing every single muscle, every single cell to just float in the space of gravity, this truth of gratitude, as you allow yourself to float off into Shavasana. Gently begin to bring your awareness back in from the outskirts of the universe, bringing that gratitude with you as you return back to Earth, back to your state, your town, your home, back into the room, and back into your mind. As you begin to bring that awareness back into your body, with gratitude, begin to wiggle your toes and graze your fingers with your thumb. Any little micro movements you need to reawaken your shape. And once you have fully arrived back into your mind and body, inhale, let those fingertips reach up overhead, reach tall. And then from this space, recognize right or left hand side, whichever side is calling to you. Pull your knees towards chest and use that bicep as a pillow as you gently roll over onto your side in a gentle posture of reawakening. Using this final moment, this final beat, to know that truth of gratitude, to feel it, to embody it, and to bring it forward for the rest of your day, week, and hopefully even the rest of your life. Keeping your eyes closed or gaze soft, gently press yourself up into a comfortable seated position towards the top of your mat. Once you're there, hands come to heart center, press your palms towards chest. Drop your chin towards chest, giving yourself this final moment to feel in that sensation, that truth, that being of gratitude. And then on an inhale, bring those hands together up between your eyebrows to that third eye center. Lift the chin high in a sign of appreciation of the awareness and energy and gratitude we were able to share today. Please know, the inner teacher and light within me so appreciates, so recognizes the inner teacher and light within you. And one way to say this is to bow our heads and say, Namaste.